Come on. All right. Okay. Here is some serious reefer madness bullshit. All right, let's get to it. What the hell?
Because the evidence is mounting. Not only is violent psychosis and schizophrenia more likely among regular pot users,
That was debunked decades ago.
especially the young, so was your likelihood of early death. A new study
Bullshit.
published in the Journal of the American Heart Association shows that marijuana use increases your risk of heart attack or stroke.
And who is paying them to write this bullshit? Follow the money. They're the same people who recommend chemotherapy, which is curing the disease by killing the patient.
Doesn't matter if you smoke it or you eat it or if you do it as infrequently as once a month, it could kill you.
Bullshit. Nobody has ever died from cannabis consumption. Oh yeah, if you're talking about that one woman who stabbed her boyfriend like 108 times, okay, and you're saying it was marijuana psychosis, that was debunked decades ago. If anything, somebody laced her bong with PCP. All right, come on. She stabbed her boyfriend 108 times. She killed her dog and she stabbed herself. Okay, that's fucking PCP, dipshits.
Joining me now is Dr. Mark Siegel, professor of medicine at NYU and a Fox News contributor. Also with me is Ashley Troxel, a psychedelic educator and a spiritual guide, joining us from Denver. Ashley.
Oh, this has got to be good.
Now, you still maintain, after all this evidence is coming out, that cannabis is a health plus for your fellow Americans?
Well, 60 years of evidence says so, yeah.
Thank you so much for having me on tonight, Laura. I also read that study and was very alarmed as a cannabis consumer. But reading the study, I saw that it's based on self-reported user data, which does not prove causation, only correlation. Those cannabis.
How about firsthand eyewitness account? Okay, I felt like shit. I started smoking this shit, and now I feel better than shit. That didn't exactly work. Anyways, okay, the health benefits have been documented and proven for decades.
Users might engage in other risky behaviors, like eating an entire bag of Doritos in one sitting.
It's called getting the munchies, all right? And what if somebody ate like an entire bag of lettuce turned into a salad when they get the munchies? You know, health conscious people might eat something healthy when they get the munchies. Okay? That your argument doesn't mean shit.
External factors must be considered, like the fact that during the period of the study, Americans increased overweight by 5%.
Oh, 5%. So, okay. I'm trying to do the math here. I weigh 130 pounds. So what's 5% on that? Okay, it doesn't matter if somebody weighed 300 pounds. What's 5%? Again, it's a stupid argument, holds no weight.
Just a quick question, Ashley. Did you use before you came on?
Ashley, why are you sweating bullets?
I did not. No, Laura.
You didn't? Okay. Well, I was thinking you want to relax for a live television hit. I mean, at that point, Dr. Siegel, 25% higher likelihood of heart attacks, 42% higher risk of strokes. But Ashley's point.
I would love to see the results of that fucking test because I'm willing to bet upon closer inspection, it's complete bullshit. Yeah, a little one with a higher risk of a heart attack and stroke. Bullshit.
Point, not a bad one, right? It's correlation, not causation. But there are a lot of other psychological disorders that have been documented, Harvard researchers, international researchers. But the reflexive defense is it's not as bad.
And who pays those researchers to write this bullshit? Follow the money trail.
As alcohol, Dr. Siegel.
First of all, I'm not going to let her off the hook on the heart.
Okay, comparing to alcohol. All right. Yeah, weed is way, way better than alcohol. When's the last time that somebody smoked a joint and picked a fight with somebody? Huh? When is the last time that happened? You know, one place that fights never break out was medicinal cannabis clubs back in the early 2000s, or any cannabis club. You'll never hear of a fight breaking out, So, again, this is bullshit.
There's been multiple studies in the past that have shown toxicity of marijuana on the heart. We're talking
Yeah, I want to see those studies.
about tar. We're talking about carbon monoxide. We're talking about THC itself.
Jesus Christ. Take a ride in a car through the San Fernando Valley. That shit that you inhale is 1,000 times worse than an entire tobacco shop. Okay, let alone a fucking joint. Get real.
Which increases heart rate, and she knows this, and it increases stress on the heart. This study looked at 430,000 people.
Actually, it doesn't. Something that relaxes you, it's a sedative, you dipshit. And you claim to be a doctor, okay? Sedatives relax that shit. It lowers the heart rate.
And you could say it's observational, but it follows several studies, including one out of Baltimore, that was not observational. This drug is toxic to the heart.
You're an idiot. It's not a drug, it's a psychoactive plant. A drug is something that's cooked in a lab.
Period. Even if you took out the THC part, we know tar is toxic to the heart. We know carbon monoxide is. We know it's toxic to the lungs. We know it causes lung cancer.
Yeah, you know where tar comes from? It doesn't come from the plant. It comes from all the chemicals they put in this shit. Fuck. Because real natural grown weed, like the shit I used to buy when it was fucking illegal, ironically, doesn't have any of that. Doesn't have tar. Doesn't have none of that shit because it comes from the chemicals they spray all over the fucking plants.
Yeah, so we know that it's correlated with emphysema. And by the way, what Ashley's doing with all the intentions is doing what's already happening in the society is people think, oh, it's becoming legal. It's good for you. It's fine. So the awareness of what I'm talking about now, developmental delays in children, effects on pregnant women.
Okay, really? Well, interesting is my flower child ex-roommate smoked weed every day of her pregnancies with both her kids, and they turn out to be much higher intellectually than their schoolmates. Okay, so that is a bold-faced lie. All right.
Early term birth, psychological damage, all of that is being obscured. Oh, it's legal. It must be good for you. And
actually, cannabis is a cure for a lot of psychological damage. You have somebody who's been traumatized to the point where they're emotionally numb, they have like bent up feelings for years, decades, and they smoke a joint, all of a sudden the emotions pour out to the surface. Okay. It is therapeutic, it is medicinal, and that has been proven. All the shit you're saying has been debunked literally decades ago.
Idea what you just said, well, other things are bad for you, so why not this one be legal since alcohol is legal? Well, Laura, alcohol is legal because I can't stop it. But that's like saying,
dude, what are you talking about? Okay, becoming an alcoholic. Okay, I can't stop it. Not everybody's predisposition for that. Okay. It's like, I only drink socially. Okay. But when I do drink and I hear my voice slur, I know I've had enough. Okay. So, you know,
Let's make fentanyl legal, all right? Why don't we make fentanyl legal while we're making marijuana?
because fentanyl kills people. A tiny, it's what it's designed to do. A tiny amount will kill you. Okay. You're a fucking moron. Which is probably why you get all those college degrees.
Marijuana legal. Why don't we make no speed limit at all? Let's all go 100 miles an hour while smoking weed.
That is a fucking stupid argument, dude. If you're going to talk about drugs, what about all your advertisers, huh? Fuck. I mean, oh god, I can't think off the top of my head. That one so-called weight loss drug, Ozempic. Yeah, you guys advertise Ozempic. You guys push the fucking jab, all right? And you're talking about how you think weed is dangerous. Fucking hypocrites.
Well, actually, I have to say one of the more concerning things when I'm in a place like Denver or Washington, DC or Miami, wherever you are almost today, you're driving on the highway and you literally can smell marijuana in your car. So the person somewhere in front of you is driving. Oftentimes you see it pretty high rates of speed while smoking marijuana. Do you also endorse that? Or
well, considering the fact that when people drive stoned, they tend to drive slower and they become a lot more cautious because that paranoia kicks in. Okay. So I don't know where you're getting your information from, but it's a bull-faced lie.
Oh, absolutely not. We have laws against driving under the influence of cannabis or alcohol. And what this conversation is dismissing are the many potential benefits of cannabis, like relieving pain to help people avoid opiates.
100.
Okay. Where is the study? And maybe I'm wrong about this. Is there any real study that shows any?
There have been thousands of real studies.
Documented benefit of regular marijuana use, Ashley?
So I'm not promoting regular marijuana use.
I am.
I am promoting the use of an intoxicant as opposed to alcohol. I much prefer to smoke a joint at the end of a very stressful day, and data shows that that's a healthier decision. A 2010 Lancet study showed that cannabis is less harmful than alcohol or tobacco. And I am grateful for the freedom to make that choice.
Well, I think that emergency rooms across the country of young people, flooding them for psychosis and other violent,
does not happen unless the weed has been spiked or altered somehow. That does not happen. Nobody has ever been hospitalized for smoking too much weed. In fact, when it comes to lethal toxicity, cannabis is absolutely one of the lowest. All right. You can die from water toxicity before you'd ever have any kind of health problem consuming cannabis.
Destructive behavior speaks volumes. But Ashley, we really appreciate you coming on, Dr. C.
What destructive behavior? Laughing at inappropriate times, getting the munchies. Okay, kind of like your brain is working a lot faster than the muscles in your mouth. So when you have a brilliant idea and you try to verbalize it, okay, but people do not get hospitalized from smoking weed, like unless it's been spiked with something or sprayed with something.
Thank you. And by the way, we looked into that story mentioned by our previous guest about 100 illegals attacking a security guard.
All right. Anyways, like, what the fuck? Seriously. This has been shit that's been debunked for decades. All right. Give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. Let me know what you think of this absolute fucking. It defies credulity that they're actually trying to say this shit. Anyways, until next time, ciao.